Sweet YouTube, welcome back to another one of my videos. So today, obviously, it is the end of the month and it is time for another recent pickup video. So the first thing that I did was in my PlayStation 2 video, I was talking about how I wanted to get some of my discs resurfaced and I didn't know where to get that done, but apparently my local CEX I heard done disc resurfacing, and also my local game store done it as well. I went to game and they said their machine was broken, so then I had to go to CEX, and it turned out that CEX actually done discs cheaper and they done an absolutely amazing job. So I'm just going to show you what games I got resurfaced and then I'm going to hop into what games I bought new. So I got 4 discs repaired, and out of these 4, 3 of them are now fully working, so I'm really happy with the service, and they've done such a brilliant job on my discs. So the first one was a game that I remember so well from my childhood, which was Sonic Riders. So this disc, basically it just kept loading and loading and loading and it just wouldn't load. The disc read okay, it just wouldn't get past the loading screen, but now it works perfectly. I was able to complete the tutorial, play a few races, and it's a fully working disc again. And I'm really happy to just have a playable copy of this in my collection again. The next game is another racer, Crazy Frog Racer, another game from my childhood. The loading screen is still a bit jittery at the start, but I think that was always the case. But the game actually plays fine. And then the next disc is Call of Duty World at War. This is a disc that I don't know why it didn't work. It just didn't work for some reason. There wasn't very many scratches, it just wouldn't work. But after getting it resurfaced, I was able to play the tutorial, and again, it's perfect. It's absolutely flying. So I've got a working copy of an old Call of Duty game. I really do enjoy the old Call of Duty games. And I remember playing this when I was younger, but we didn't have a memory card, so we just had to keep playing the tutorial over and over again. So the tutorial was like ingrained in my brain. And I just played the tutorial again on this, and again, flying, works perfect. But the disc that I put in, it's a lot better than what it was, and that is GTA 5 San Andreas. I don't know what happened to this disc and why it is in such bad nick and why it's so bad, but I got it resurfaced. I thought it was worth a shot. This disc wouldn't even read before I got it resurfaced. I got it resurfaced, the disc reads and loads, but then the minute it gets into the game, it crashes. So this disc is not working, but it's a lot better. So I'm thinking, could I try resurfacing it again? I don't know. But I might try and resurface it again. For 50p, it's probably worth it. But that is the games that I got resurfaced and are now working in my collection. So I just thought you guys want a little update on that. So the next game that I got, this is something I actually picked up on eBay. It was like, I think I just woke up and I was like scrolling through my phone and I seen this copy of Rayman. There was like 5 minutes left in the listing and I was like, I'll take it. So this is Rayman Revolution. And it's actually the best condition I've actually seen an old PlayStation 2 disc. Rayman Revolution is actually Rayman 2 The Great Escape remastered for the PlayStation 2. So this actually was remastered and it was actually a release title for the PlayStation 2. This is the Platinum Edition, which came out obviously a bit later in the PlayStation 2's life cycle, and that is why it comes, you might have noticed it in the cover, it comes with a bonus, and that bonus is a playable demo of Rayman 3 Hoodlum's Havoc. A playable demo? You know I love my demo discs and like kind of weird things like that. The thing is too, it's in really good condition. The disc probably wasn't even taken out of its sleeve. There's not a fingerprint, there's not a scratch, there's not anything on that disc. I am a little bit of a relapsed Rayman fan, because when I was growing up, Rayman was one of my favourite games. For me now, Rayman kind of has like an identity crisis. It started off as a PlayStation 1, one of my favourite games of my childhood, which is the original Rayman for the PlayStation 1. It was a 2D platformer, really colourful, really bright, funny little bosses, and and then Rayman 2 The Great Escape came out, which is this game pretty much, and then they've re-released Rayman 2 like 100 times, because I remember playing it when I was younger, and then I remember I got the version for my phone and it was Rayman 2 and I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'll play it again. And then I bought Rayman 3D thinking it was Rayman 3 in 3D, but it was actually Rayman 2 in 3D, and I mean, I sold the game at that point because I was like, I'm sick of Rayman 2. Why do they keep re-releasing Rayman 2? I did love Rayman growing up, and it's a pity that I kind of fell off the bandwagon. I mean, the last Rayman game I actually played was Legends for the Vita, and I flipping loved that game. I sold it, fair enough, and big mistake. But I am probably going to buy that back because, I mean, Rayman Legends is a great game. I need to get back into Rayman collecting, that's what I'm trying to say. So this is actually a remaster of Rayman 2, but for once I'm not going to be mad because I know it's a remaster of Rayman 2. And the demo of Rayman 3 is actually really fun. I was actually playing through it. It's super fun. And then last week I went on a CX haul. So I just went on the CX, picked up some games for this video, and I got some really, really good games, and I'm so excited to play all of them. So the first game that I got in CX, and I think I got a pretty good deal on this game. It was only £1, and that is Final Fantasy XII. Final Fantasy XII is, I mean, I've heard a lot of people, I've never played Final Fantasy XII, but I've heard a lot of people going, this is flipping brilliant. I'm kind of just getting back into Final Fantasy again because I played 10, and then right now I am currently going through 15 on the PlayStation 4, and I'm absolutely adoring that game. So I'm kind of going backwards in my Final Fantasies. But I've also played the original one on the NES, because I have the NES Classic Edition. I've actually played it, and it's actually super fun. But I seen Final Fantasy 12 sitting there, and I was like, I want to have a full collection of Final Fantasy, so I need to buy this one. And it even has a little sticker on the front of it saying 10 out of 10, best game of the year. So, I mean, I'm really, really excited to get into it. So, the next game, you'll be glad to hear, it isn't a PS2 game, because there's a lot of PS2 games, because I love my PlayStation 2. But this one is for the Xbox 360. I think I forgot to mention to you guys that I actually fixed my Xbox 360 before Christmas, because I said in my game collection video that my Xbox 360 gives a red light of death. But I actually cleaned out my Xbox 360. I opened it up, cleaned it, fixed it. There's a bit of plastic stuck in it. Like, there was a lot of things wrong with it. I fixed it up. It is now working perfectly. So I put into Reddit after I fixed the Xbox, what games should I get for it in 2020? And somebody said to me, get Alan Wake. It's one of the best games, and it's exclusive to the Xbox 360. So I was in CX, it was £3, but I seen this copy of Alan Wake. I am so excited just to sit with a bag of Twiglets and just play this game, because it looks like something that's right up my alley. It's in pretty good condition, this one. There's a little bit of sticky, and the cover is coming off as well, but the game is in good nick, and it comes with the manual, so I'm not too bothered. This game's like a psychological thriller. It's made by a publisher called Remedy. Apparently this game done really, really well. It's been critically acclaimed. Like, everybody loved this game when it came out. They were going to make a second one, but then the game publisher Remedy cancelled it, and they actually made their next game, which is called Quantum Break. I am going to sit some night and just play this whole thing, because I love story games like this. This game is right up my alley, so I'm super excited to play it. It looks so good. So, Alan Wake for Xbox 360, excited to play it. The next game I got, a lot of people are going to be kicking me and going, why did you get a reprinted cover? Because it was cheap. That's why I got a reprinted cover. But I got Resident Evil 4 for the Wii. I have never ever played Resident Evil. And the reason being is I get really scared easily, but my horror tolerance as I've gotten older has gotten better. So I think I can handle Resident Evil for the first time. But Resident Evil 4, it was a game that was originally on the GameCube, because Resident Evil had an exclusive deal with Nintendo. I believe Capcom said, listen, Resident Evil is an exclusive to you, and released Resident Evil 4 for the PlayStation 2. Then they've done a remaster for the Wii, which is this game. This kept the same name, just Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, and it has an improved control scheme. I've heard online that you can use the GameCube controller to play this, Like, they advise that you use the Wii and Nunchuck, because apparently, like, the control scheme is awesome on this. Like, the improved controls with the Wii remote, it's awesome. Like, they're more accurate and stuff. I cannot get my GameCube controller to work with this game. It just won't work, and it works with Mario Kart. I don't know why it doesn't work with Resident Evil. It says in the back that it's not supported. Like, it only has the Wii remote and the nunchuck. It doesn't have the GameCube symbol, so I don't know. I heard it also works with a classic controller. Haven't tried my classic controller, but I can't get it to work. A lot of people are saying that this is one of the best games, full stop. So I seen this in CX and I was like, even though the cover is clearly reprinted, it says it up there, I want to try out Resident Evil 4. I've heard so many good things about it that I'm like, I have to try this game. So the next game that I picked up is actually a game from my childhood that I was gonna bring up with me when I was like getting my games from my dad's house and bringing them up here with the rest of my collection. I actually left it behind because the disc was in really, really bad nick and I thought it's probably not going to work. But I seen it in CX or 50p and it's 50p to resurface a disc and it's 50p to buy a new copy of this. So I just thought, hey, it's 50p, I'll just buy a new copy. And this is The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. It's not impressive, but it is a game that I have a lot of memories for because I remember my dad used to always surprise me and my brother with brand new PlayStation 2 games when we were younger. And I remember him coming home and he had Call of Duty for my brother. It was Call of Duty 3, I think. And then he had this game for me. And me and my brother used to play this game multiplayer. You can connect like 2 controllers to this. And this game is really, really fun, but again, we didn't have a memory card at the time. And the first level is basically like, it's like the movie, because it's obviously adapted from the movie, but you play Peter, and you have to try and get the rest of the children out of the burning building. I have played that level so much, but the thing I love about it is you get to beat the shit out of your own furniture, and there's a time limit as well, but it's a level that's ingrained in my head. And when I was testing this game to make sure that it worked, I replayed that level and it was just really, really cool. But I've never ever completed this, and I might complete it I might actually complete it now that I have like my own copy that I can play now as an adult. It's also a movie that I loved, watching growing up. So this is mostly just a hit of nostalgia for me. I'm looking forward to just playing the game. And the last game that I picked up in January 2020 is quite a beaten up copy and a platinum edition of Gran Turismo 3, which is, I believe, the first Gran Turismo on PlayStation 2. And I think I've said this before, I love racing games. And the thing I actually like about Gran Turismo is that it even has it in the back, the real driving simulator. This isn't a racing game like Mario Kart or something. This is a driving simulator. It simulates like driving quite accurately. And sometimes when I'm playing cartoon racers and stuff, like the physics are completely out the window. And then I go back to playing this and I can't drive on it. And I know that when I was younger, I used to hate games like this because I couldn't drive it properly, but now that I've grown up, I actually know how to play these games properly, but it still takes me a little while. It's like I have to shift, my gear into cartoon racer mode to real driving mode. I played a little bit of it when I was testing the game, and I was really bad. I was so bad at it. But I'm excited to get into this and just sit and play some racing games. So thank you guys so much for watching this video of my recent pickups in January 2020. So in February, I'm actually going to Germany. I'm going to Berlin, and I am probably going to pick up some games there because there's a retro gaming shop there. So I'm going to take a day and go retro game shopping in Germany. So I'll be sure to do a video on what games that I pick up there. Hopefully I'll be able to get that out to you guys maybe in the first week of March. It's just that I come back from Germany on the last day of February, so I don't know when I'll actually get that video out. So my recent pickups for February might be out later in March, but it'll still be all the games that I got in February. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and also show it, subscribe, and some love. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.